Hello guys and welcome back to my channel for another episode of this Pentagon challenge. We are about to enter the Intermedio Group A section of the Uruguayan League, and I now have a slightly better understanding as to what on earth that means. So let's get into the game and I can explain what is going on. So then, guys, we've got a little bit of personal news before we get through things here. I have now completed my National A license. I am now a National A license coach. So thank you to Central Espinal for allowing me to complete that for a mere 580 quid. After completing this one, I went straight back up to the board and asked if I could do another coaching course, Continental C this time, Continental C license. There are some Continental Pro people at the club. My assistant manager, Continental Pro, is absolutely nuts. But the club have gratefully, for me, allowed me to do it, and are covering the £928 cost, bearing in mind they're paying me 1.1k a week. I'm glad that they're covering the cost of this to make me better. But before we go into stuff, guys, I've got to show you, first of all, added my own picture in here. Hallelujah. Feel much better than the awful face that I was given previously. But look at my attributes, guys. We're actually getting better. I've got 10 in attacking, 7 in defending, 7 for tactical, 7 for technical, 8 for mental. Adaptability is now somehow gone up to 3. Obviously, because we are getting slightly better in adapting in Uruguay. Determination's at a 6, player knowledge 5, youngster knowledge 5. Level of discipline is a 9, which is pretty good. And man management and motivating are both at 8, guys. So we are slowly getting better. Obviously, we are in our second season, so the things will progress, and you will be able to see this sort of thing. But we are getting better. And whilst we are here, I'm just going to give you a quick little overview of our career stats. As you can see here, number of club manager jobs, just the one. Been here for 707 days. We've earned 72k, which is not too bad. But yeah, if we look at our win ratio, guys, not the best. 39 played, 22 games won, 9 drawn, 8 lost. It's not too bad. Win percentage of 56%. Goals for and against. It's in our favour. It's in our favour. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to progressing things on. But what you guys want to know is what on earth is going on in this section. First things first, I will show you our fixtures. Last time you guys were with us was for the Defensor Sporting game. Managed to win that game 1-0. Cigales with the goal, and then Baselli was sent off in the 94th minute for being an idiot. After that, guys, we put in an unbelievable shift. Managed to win this game 2-0 here. Against Deportivo, which is very good as part of the opening stage. A 1-1 draw with River Plate at home, and then we absolutely battered this side 2-0 to finish off the opening stage. We are now into the Intermedio Group A. We went into Group A as opposed to Group B. And we played our first 2 games in that one as well. We played Defensor Sporting again. This time we drew 1-1. That's why I didn't want to show you the opening game of this. And then we played Boston River. I actually was expected to get battered in that game, and we drew 1-1. So that's kind of why I didn't want to show you that one. So I thought I'd show you this game against Liverpool FC today. However, if we go into the Intermedio Group A, this is how things look at the moment. As you can see, Wanderers are sat top of the group with 5 points, having played 3 games. We are currently in 5th with 2 points from our 2 games, obviously, because of those 2 draws. So basically what seems to happen here, if I just pull both groups up, it basically splits the league into 2 halves. I'm not really sure how that's decided, if I'm perfectly honest. But as you can see, this is the group that we've been split into. We are in Group A, so luckily we avoid Nacional and Penarol, probably the 2 best teams in the country. So that is quite positive. However, if we go into the rules, guys, if we click on the opening stage here, you can see that the first place qualifies for the playoffs. And in the group section as well, if you are in first, you qualify for the final, and then the inter final happens here, number of teams 2. Yeah. And then the closing group, the first team goes into the playoff again on the closing stage. So then you've got the overall table as well, which is done. But the overall table doesn't seem to matter. It only seems to matter if you win the opening stage and you go into the playoffs. And then if you win the closing stage, you go into the playoffs. And then once you're in the playoffs, winners qualify for the Champions playoff. And then you enter the Champions playoff, which is here. And then, yeah, 2 teams qualify for the Copa Libertadores. Yeah, 1 team qualifies for the Copa Libertadores second qualifying round. So there's lots of things that can happen here. Places are allocated by winner of the Champions playoff, team defeated in the Champions playoff, winner of this other playoff. Are these the same thing? They are the same thing. Okay, maybe I don't have as good an understanding of this division as I thought I did. Very, very confused. Very, very confused. But we will move forward. And obviously, it would be nice to be in this Intermedia final, which I think we actually do have a decent shot of getting into, given how things are laid out. I thought it was as simple as both groups enter the playoffs, or the winners enter the playoffs along with the closing stage and the opening stage. All 4 teams went into the playoff, but I'm not sure now if that is exactly what happens. So if anyone does know what happens in Uruguayan football and how on earth it is decided if you get into the championship final at the end of the season, let me know in the comments. I really would appreciate it. Hopefully we will pick things up as we move forward, but you never know. One thing I will say, though, if we go into the opening stage, you can already see that Liverpool FC have qualified for the playoff. And I don't really know what's happened to them because in Group A, they're bottom. They've lost 1 and drawn 1 of their 2 games so far. So we will go in to face them today. We will click this continue button. And as you can see, we are taking on Liverpool FC today. Defensor Sporting draw 3-3 with Wanderers. As I said, Wanderers are top of our little mini group here. But if we do win, I think we go above them. As you can see, as we're advancing, I always have people on trial at this club. We always try and get some extra players in through the door. And whilst I am talking about that, we have had some transfer movement since you guys were last with us. I'll just show you briefly some of the players that we brought in. So we've got Lemos here, the centre-back. He's just basically covered. Because we can have 99 players in our squad, I felt it was nice to bring in an extra body just to play in centre-back, and obviously being Uruguayan, we can do that. We've also brought in Franco Israel from Juventus. He's currently with us on loan. I think he's just a nice little upgrade at goalkeeper. Very, very balanced in terms of his goalkeeping attributes. Solid enough mental attributes for someone 22 years of age. Very nice physical attributes as well. So I thought, whilst he was Uruguayan, we could bring him in on loan from Juventus. We're not paying any of his wages. So I thought it was a good one to bring in. We then picked up Nunes here from Atletico Phoenix. He looks like a very nice upgrade in midfield. He's listed as a defensive midfielder, but I will be playing him in a central midfield role. We've also pulled in Camilo Villa, Colombian centre-back. He's only 19 years of age. He probably won't make the squad right now due to the amount of foreigners that we are allowed to have, but is a decent one to have nonetheless. We've also got Zibalos, is how I'm going to say this guy's name, coming in at right back. He comes in at 3.5 star right back as well. So he should hopefully give me a rotation option for Gomez, as we didn't have one previously. And then the last one in is this guy here, 28 years of age, Abisab is what I'm going to say. He looks very young in that photo. He does not look 28 years of age in that photo. But again, another solid central midfielder to add to those positions. Also on the way out, we've had a couple leave us, a fair few on free. Chianto's gone, Visco's gone, Santiago Ramirez is gone, Cardozo's gone on loan. Because he's Argentinian, he actually cannot fit in our matchday squad with some of the other players that we want to have. So the offer came in for him to go out on loan. I believe that's to a club in Chile. So we took that one. And Ferranasso has been bought, actually, for 22k. So we are happy to get rid of some of these players for some of the fees, as you can see there. So now I've gone through some of the new players. Let's get into this game, shall we? Let's make these changes as my assistant suggests. This is what we're going to run with then, guys. We've got Israel in goal, obviously the guy from Juventus. Gomez, Ceballos, Correa, Pereira. Nunes in at the deep line playmaker role alongside Jorge. Ontervio, Ricardo, Janino Rocca, Boselli, and then obviously Dos Santos is back up top for us. Dos Santos has recently come back from a couple of injuries. He seems to get little small injuries, nothing too major, putting him out for a long period of time, but they are just small, constant ones. So let's do the OIs here. What we usually do, guys, is we usually make sure that we're showing people onto their weaker foots. I never actually say just onto their weaker foot. I actually make a point of going into their profile and actually taking a look at them, and actually, you know, saying, so this guy's preferred foot is his left, so then we go, right, well, we'll put him on his right foot. Simple as that, basically. Same with this guy. He is right-footed, so we will pop him on his left. And then this is how I basically run things, guys. I type mark the striker. I also type mark the central attacking midfield. I usually go in hard on both the guys on the wings. That's not the right guy. Both the guys on the wings. And then we also press the two central midfielders when they get on the ball. We don't want them doing too much to us with that. As I said, Liverpool FC were top of the tree in the opening stage, but find themselves at the bottom as things stand in this intermediate division, or intermedio division, whatever it is. But I'm hoping we can, let's pump our fists. We've been on a good run lately. That's motivated Dos Santos, which is good enough for me. Motivate the striker, get into the game, pick up 3 points, and go top of this little group, shall we? Very, very quiet opening 30 minutes here. No one has done anything of note. We've seen 5 shots in the game. The SI not deeming any of them worth showing until we get to here, 41st minute, and we have a corner for Liverpool FC. We get the initial one clear. Ocampo is going to pick that one up. Back to the corner taker. We've got bodies in the centre. Israel makes a very, very good save there. The man on loan from Juventus. Very good save to his near post here. Ocampo to deliver this corner. We get that one clear. Boselli's going to pick this up. Can we counter from this one? Boselli absolutely bursting down this left-hand flank. What can he do with it? Nothing. Gets insta-tackled. And here comes Liverpool FC. But no, that is the highlight over. I have noticed since we've gone into the top flight in Uruguay, a lot more teams are playing a similar shape to us. As you can see, the XG story here. Are actually slowly creeping up, but then they've had a very good opportunity just before the half there. So we can push forward. Outstretched arms, shall we? No, let's go hands on hips. He wants the media talk, does the assistant? Okay, I'll go with the media talk. Everyone seems motivated by said media talk. Let's see if we can push on and snatch a victory here. There's not really a great deal of whitewashes in this game. It's just like we just kind of win games 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, that sort of thing. So I'm hoping we can kind of continue that and maybe sneak a 1-0 here with Dos Santos getting on the score sheet. Forcing them all the way back here, back to Perez on the ball. They've got all their players in our half. You can kind of see how this game's going. Ball out onto the left-hand side then. Does it come across? It does. Israel kind of flaps at that. Oh my God, they've hit the crossbar. And Rodrigo Penier, I'm butchering names, aren't I? Taps in his 7th of the season here. So the cross comes over. You'd like to think that the goalkeeper would just catch that. He palms it. This guy takes a first-time shot. It hits the crossbar. And for some reason, Pereira runs away from it. That's very disappointing. So we will go attacking, guys. Actually, no, let's go very attacking and try and get back into this game. Throw in then. We get a slide tackle in. Cross comes over. Israel actually claims that one. Good to see from him. Now we've got options. Good distribution there. Ontivero with time and space on the ball. Still running down this right-hand side. He is very much left-footed though. Back to Nunes, who hits it first time from range. And that's the first highlight of ours that we've actually seen us have a shot. And very disappointingly, it looks like we are going to lose this game. I'm going to try and make some subs here. I don't really know what I can do in terms of players. Let's try and bring on a sub for Boselli. Let's try and bring on Dennis Gomez having a stinker. So let's take off Dennis Gomez and put Zeballos at fullback. And Marcos Alonso for Ontavio. Let's try those. make these 3 changes. We'll stay on very attacking. We'll try and move the ball forward as much as we possibly can. But it doesn't look like things are happening here. Time just ticking away. Just that one shot from Richard Nunes being the one effort of ours in the game. That's really, really sad. Okay. Last dying embers of this game. Can we snatch a draw from it? Ball up to Dos Santos. It's easily intercepted. And here come Liverpool FC again. You can kind of see why they were top of the division in the opening stage. Another good save from the goalkeeper. It looks like the goalkeeper will be a solid addition for us, but maybe not after. Maybe he's not great at coming and collecting crosses, eh? Looks like Liverpool FC are in no hurry to take this. Ocampo whips it across. They head it over the bar. We get a goal kick, but that is full time. Looks like we've got a lot of supporters in attendance here. Not the best for us, though. Really not the best. 6.2 for Gomez, 6.4 for Boselli. Whereas on the other side, you can see their defense has done a lot better than ours. XG relatively similar. But obviously the quality of their chance was slightly higher. So we will go into the dressing room. I'm going to say unlucky boys, I think. I don't want to hammer them too much. Obviously, this is a shorter middle section of the league. But considering we had an opportunity to go top, to actually find ourselves in 7th out of 8 is pretty disappointing. So we will click continue. Get out of this game. Got 4 more trials that are finishing very soon. So Liverpool FC win the battle. That's very unfortunate. If we go into the schedule, guys, where can I bring you back? Let's bring you back for this game against Juventus in just a couple of games. They are obviously 3rd in our group, and it's a team that we played last season. They were promoted with us, so I think it'll be a good one for you guys to see. If you have enjoyed, this is kind of more of a catch-up episode and kind of updating you guys on my coaching badges, where we are in the league, what the plan is, how we're going to try and move up and maybe get qualified for the playoffs. Who knows? I have no idea myself. Hopefully someone can feed that information into my comment section. If you have liked this video though and you are enjoying the series, don't forget to drop a like on it. It really does help me get this series out there to as many people as possible in that YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you are new around here for daily Football Manager content. I'll be back with another episode of this very, very soon. Hopefully I'll catch you guys there.